Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chefwalks. I've been away for a little while. We had to recruit a new member to the team, a little puppy sous chef. He's taking a nap right now. But today we're going to be making one of my personal favorites, some tropical passion fruit, dragon fruit, habanero hot sauce. And I'm even going to throw in a couple ghost peppers that we grew in my garden. Stick around and check it out. And here's everything that we'll be using today to make the hot sauce. 2 red bell peppers. They're just there to balance out all the spice. We've got 12 habaneros, 2 ghost peppers. These guys are insanely spicy. We grew them in our garden and I'm just finding ways to use them up. 12 cloves of garlic, 1 whole onion, 1 lime, and 1 bunch of cilantro. In addition to the veggies, we'll be using a little bit of olive oil to saute everything, a cup and a half of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of salt, and a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. Last but not least, I'm going to be using a bag of PC tropical fruit blend, a mixture of pineapple, dragon fruit, and passion fruit, and that'll give the whole thing a nice fruity background, and why I call it dragon sauce. Let's get started. Today we're going to be using my new Foodi Ninja Hot Cold Blender, which has an actual cooking function. So I'll be able to add all the garlic and onions and saute and then blend and make the whole sauce just in the blender, which is pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. I've never done this before, so it's a bit of an experiment. If you didn't have this blender, you could do it at home in a pot with either an immersion blender or in a regular blender, just the same. But this kind of skips some dishes and some cleaning time. Alright, we've diced our onions and smashed our garlic cloves. We're going to add them into the blender with a little bit of olive oil and saute. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll see what happens. We've got everything in the blender now. This thing has a few different options. I've experimented once with the smooth soup, I think it was, and it'll basically run through a program where it sautes everything, blends it, and it just does everything. For today's experiment, we're going to be doing just the saute and see what happens, because then I can add or subtract something when we get around to there. But yeah, this is just going to take 5 minutes. It looks like it's going to blend and heat everything for me and break down those onions and garlic. Hopefully it doesn't burn it. While it's doing its thing, I'm going to finish off prepping the rest of these vegetables. Normally I'm an idiot and I probably wouldn't wear gloves, but just for giving an example today, I'm going to put on some gloves because the ghost peppers and habaneros is not something you want to get into your eyes or other bodily extremities. It can cause some serious burning and painful sensations, we'll see. Alright, our timer's gone off. It seems like it's done. Let's see what it did. Wow, the lid is on there. I mean, it didn't burn the garlic. Yeah, it's not bad. Might have sauteed a little bit more, but you know what? In the sake of running this experiment, let's just keep going. I realized I neglected to mention that there's about 4 tablespoons of sugar in there as well. So, I mean, it's not keto friendly, but I guess if you left that out, it would just be a little less sweet, but it'd probably be just fine. But it will help it. Some sugar. Now we're gonna add in our peppers. Habanero peppers. And the ghostpepper, which normally wouldn't be green, but we had to pick them due to the season changing, and they would have gone bad because of the cold before they got red. But believe me, they are spicy. You can smell the spice when you cut them. You don't even have to eat them to feel how spicy they are. We're also going to add in our fruit now. That nice pink color, hopefully it'll have in the end. Here's our vinegar. And we're going to give it a little bit of pepper now too. We'll be adding the lime closer to the end, just because you don't want to cook lime zest, it'll make it bitter. So let's run this again. So originally I thought I was going to do everything on manual settings, but after sauteing I realized there's no real cycle to run it through. So I'm actually just going to go and do smooth soup. Let's see what happens from here. 30 minutes. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Alright, it's been 30 minutes. It looks pretty good. It's still pretty hot, but the texture looks better than I expected. Shoot that in my eye. Oh, maybe it's a little watery. Oh yeah, no, it's liquidy. That's alright. Wow. That is spicy. That is really spicy. It's good though. So spicy it's hard to say what it needs. We're gonna finish this with a little bit of fresh lime, zest and the juice. Quit all of it, that's we love. Lime juice and cilantro, and then we're just gonna stir that in by hand. We're not gonna blend that. Let's give that one more taste, see how we did. It's kind of hard to say when it's hot because the fruity flavor doesn't come through when it's hot like a soup, but pretty good. Pretty good. Considering how easy that was in the blender, you can't really go wrong with that. Whew. Alright, let's try that one more time. Whew, that's gonna be spicy. Ooh. Oh. Gets the back of your throat a little bit. You can definitely taste all that passion fruit. The dragon fruit kind of comes through a little bit, and the fruitiness from the habanero and the ghost peppers gives it a very unique dimension. They're very spicy peppers, but that fruity flavor, really you can't find it anywhere else. You kind of have to use the good peppers. Could have removed the seeds. I left most of them in. I only took out the ones that were going brown, but you could do other things to tame the spice if you really wanted to. You could add more red pepper, less habaneros. You could do a few things, but it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. It's gonna last a couple months in the fridge. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna be storing mine in a couple of mason jars. It's nice with the sealing lid. It'll last in the fridge at least 2 months, I would say, comfortably. I've managed to finish most of my batches in at least that amount of time. It would probably last longer, all that sugar and the salt and everything, but I can guarantee at least 2 months in the fridge. You do want to make sure it cools down properly before you put on the lid though, otherwise you can get some bacteria going in there. Whoa. But look at that sauce. Considering how little effort I put into blending that and everything, that's pretty nice. I've seen other recipes, they all call for xanthan gum, and that would have provided some natural thickening, and it might have given me a little bit more of that thick salsa-like texture that most people make. But I'm pretty happy with that, considering I just threw everything in a blender. And it'll thicken up as it cools down too. Thanks everyone for checking in. Looks like my sous chef Anakin's about ready for another nap. He's done his quality control, gave everything a good smell. It's a little too spicy for him, but we'll be back soon. Keep checking in, subscribe, follow, like, all that good stuff. We're back, and we won't be taking such a long break this time. Thanks again, I'm Chef Walks. We'll see you soon.